Yep. Welcome, guys. First of all, if you are seeing this very first time, make sure to subscribe, like the video. But if you are not, for the last week, to be honest, I was feeling very like I was afraid to go like on crypto Twitter, right? I was like so tired. My brain was like I've been occupied. Like I've been working now on my own project, so there's a lot of stress coming around, right? So the last week was like very hectic for me personally. So it was like very hard to do any kind of live stream, and I did not even check the prices, right? I did not even like check what is happening in the crypto ecosystem. I was so afraid to go on crypto Twitter because it's just so overwhelming information pass on to me, blah, and my mind was not in the state to like find out the next gems or like do research, right? So that's why I did not do. It's gonna be like this since the release of the project, which I'm planning to do in like October, mid October to early November. So but I have to get back on track, right? So just like update me on self. These videos are more for me and for you as well, so that you're update on what is happening. So right now, what I'm gonna talk about is the DeFi. Someone is almost gonna end, but the DeFi pump is still pending, or why DeFi is gonna pump in the upcoming months. What makes NFTs so special? It's when you are building a product related to NFT, right? That's where you realize like people are just like so uneducated about the NFT space, right? When you are building a product on yourself, this is the point where you realize, okay, people are so uneducated, like people don't know like what's the value it, and this has been felt by me personally. It's very hard to explain people and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about some NFTs. And if you guys don't know, Visa bought $160,000 of NFT of like CryptoPunk. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that. The another thing, I just like decoded this. I don't know if any of the person has decoded this. You heard it here first. You heard it here first, right, folks? So why? Why now I am like becoming a big bull on like FTX, FTT token, and CRO? Why I'm becoming a big bull on that? I'm gonna talk about this and why they are coming up with like their like the partnership, the sponsor endorsement of all the sports team. I have decoded this. I'm gonna tell you and explain you why. So yeah, this is for today. But before we start in, thanks a lot for watching, you guys. The views have been like pretty consistent in the last week since like I did not upload any of the stuff. But yeah, if we go on to like a quick market watch, right? So if we do a quick market watch, give me a sec, guys. Yeah. So if we do a quick market watch, the market cap is just like, I don't know, the last time I checked, but it's like almost 2.15, almost 2.1 trillion, like almost 2.2, right? And the volume is like upper echelon. The dominance is getting low for Bitcoin, and the gas fee is just insane. I want to do a transaction. I'm not able to do a transaction because I don't want to spend $20 just to do a $200 transaction, right? So I've been very like, I'm not using crypto that much these days. Just rather than like researching, nothing much. So if we see the prices, like the prices are far ahead when we compare the last time. The last time when we compared, Solana was like 74. It's still at 74. I'm waiting for the dip, and there have been a lot of great coins. Cardano, the hard fork is gonna happen. And if we see, let's say a week winners, right? So Avalanche, I don't know. Like Avalanche is a chain, right? So DeFi was onboarded into Avalanche. So Avalanche just like shot up in the sky. Near Protocol, same. Arwave, Zero Wallet, these are all like in the Cardano ecosystem. They just shot up in the sky. Polkadex, because what's the next thing? After Cardano, what's the next big chain that has not seen the pump? Polkadot. So that's why it is. Gala Games, I don't know. I'm just like cursing myself because I had the opportunity to buy Gala Games at 0.13. I had the opportunity to buy Zero Wallet at like 0.17. I had the opportunity to buy. I bought Terra at $5, so I'm pretty good with that. But I'm cursing why I did not buy enough, right? I had the opportunity to buy ODS at $1. It's just so like, yeah, just some bad luck. That's what it is. I've been accumulating on Chili's the big, and yeah, let's do. Awesome, guys. Okay, so what else? So let's start with NFTs, right? Let's start with NFTs. Why building your own project is different, and explaining, right? So first thing I want to explain, like the big news that has been happening around the whole ecosystem is like Visa bought a CryptoPunk NFT for $165 equivalent to Ethereum, right? And 50 they bought for 50, which price was like around 65. So Visa has purchased a CryptoPunk. They have released like CryptoPunk 7610. So this CryptoPunk is now belong to Visa, like the Visa network, right? And this is not the very first time that the Visa network, or like the Visa as a company, has bought an artwork. Over the last 60 years, you can see, over the last 60 years, Visa has been, okay, let me put it this way. Yeah. So over the last 60 years, Visa has built a collection of historic commerce artifacts, early paper credit cards to zip zap machine. I don't know what it is today, and now they are buying NFTs. So quite cool. It brings some validation to the whole space. It's quite cool. And the floor for CryptoPunk is like 160, 158, and it's just like beyond a common person reach. You need to at least be a like multi-million, otherwise you're not gonna purchase CryptoPunk, right? Why they say, according to them, NFTs will play an important role in the future of retail, social media, entertainment, and commerce. Totally agree. They might be the next big thing, or they're the next big thing. They're the next big thing, yeah. And they are also like, they prove that like there is a demand for them, right? They want to help out their clients, partner, participate, and they want to provide that infrastructure, right? They first need to understand the whole thing. So that's what they say. They are trying to get the first hand understanding of the infrastructure requirements that they need to build. So they need to explain, and for a global brand to like purchase, store, and leverage NFT. So that's what it's kind of a test for them. And for Visa, $168,000 means nothing. It's just like a drop in the bucket. It's like a drop of a drop in a bucket. Like Visa is almost like $500 billion company. Okay, let's see like how, like Visa market cap. Let's see, Visa market cap. I pronounce it wrong. VISA, Visa market cap, right? Let's go on with this. For them, it's just a drop in the bucket, like a drop of a drop, to be honest. And I'm gonna explain why. See, they are a $500 billion market cap. Like they are a $500 billion. So yeah. So for them, it means like nothing. It's just like another business expense for them. But yeah, that's what they have been telling, and this is quite interesting for me, to be honest. And this is what I've been saying for a very long time. This I have been saying for a very, 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 very long time. Like right now, there is nothing like copyright issues and with NFTs, right? Rather than the generative projects, like all of the generative art that you see, like CryptoPunks, Bored Ape Yacht Club, and blah 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 blah, Pudgy Penguins, and whatever it is. And I am gonna drop my own. It's gonna be on the Tezos blockchain. But yeah, so there has been a very long issue, like the copyright involved copyright law, right? So not in the generative art, but let's say just to give you an example, right? Just to give you an example. Okay, let's go on the NFT, the Indian's premier NFT platform, which is like WazirX, right? Let's go to that. Let's go there, and I'm gonna explain something to you. Give me a sec. Yeah, this is the perfect example. Perfect example, right? So this person, this creator has used Gal Gadot, the Wonder Woman image, likeliness, and the Wonder Woman like logo on his, like the whatever it is called, right? He has used his and he's selling. For me, this art is zero. Zero, zero, zero. I'm not gonna buy this kind of art. First of all, it's had no utility. That's the first thing I want, utility. Second of all, it's copyright issues. Right now, there has been a lot of debate going on in the NFT space. If you are not involved, I work on a first-hand basis, right? If a person, I makes an art of, let's say, okay, I'm a big I'm a big Pokemon fan, right? So you can see. So if I sell this art, am I subject to copyright with, like, let's say for this case by Marvel? I feel like yes, because Marvel has the digital copyright to everything that they sell, and the person who is selling, not Marvel, just Gal Gadot herself, because he is using her likeness to sell the image. No one is gonna buy because this artist created that, right? Everyone is gonna buy as a Wonder Woman, right? That's what I think. So this is, I feel like this art, people should be totally kept away from that. Why? This art, its value is zero. Zero. Marvel can come up tomorrow and copyright claim this, and you now are in a legal trouble with Marvel. And you don't want to go into the legal trouble with the big dogs. They're not the big dogs, they are the only dogs, right? You are not even a dog to them. You are just an ant, they will scroll down before you, right? So that's my issue. That's my issue. And this has been a lot of big, that's why, like, this is a big issue in the Indian NFT ecosystem. I've been seeing like this kind of a stuff. Okay, let's give you another example, right? This was the very first thing. I've seen a lot in the Indian ecosystem, a lot. Give me a sec. I'm just gonna pull that up so that you guys can see. For sure, you guys will be able to see. Okay. Another great example, right? Another great example. Simpson. This person does not own the right of Simpson at all. See, all of his art is Simpson. Lionel Messi. This person does not own a single art of Simpson at all. So if you go, whoever it is, I will not buy his art because his art is not his own art. His art is an inspiration by Simpson, and the people who own the copyright of Simpson can come and go and say what, lot of legal trouble. So for me personally, this art means shit. To be honest, this art is like worth zero to me. So that's the another thing that this article explains a lot. So yeah, so I would say only buy those art which have the true copyright. So for example, VV has the true copyright. Ecomi, VV, like Ecomi is the main thing and VV is like the Marvel branch. So they have the copyright for like the Marvel. So I will buy any Marvel related. I don't know if you guys saw, like maybe 2-3 weeks ago, VV launched their first Marvel NFTs with like Spider-Man, Captain America, and Hulk. And yeah, so they were like $50 pop at the lowest value, and it was quite good. It was quite good, and they are original. So I can say that, like I own that. But this is just like a derivative which I would not be go ahead of it. But yeah, that's what it is. And now I want to talk about this. So because right now I'm working on my own project, like own generative art NFT project, right? It's very hard, to explain people like NFT is just not a JPEG. NFT is just not a JPEG, and it's a form of a community, right? It's a community itself. The JPEG is an entry ticket to the community. The community is the only thing. JPEGs mean shit. The community who owns that's most valuable, and that's the article provide that like the NFT avatar trend is more compelling than it might ever look to skeptics. A new form of community building. This is the new form people meet these days. Like I meet through my digital avatars with other folks which have the same kind of like generative avatars, right? So whether we talk about like Pudgy Penguins who hit like 11 million in daily volume sales, Bored Ape Yacht Club that like ape sold for $1 million, Degenerate build on Solana, I bought it, I flipped it for like 6x profit within like 4 days. Cool Cats. So these are just not like JPEGs, right? From as a person who is building an NFT project, if you ask me, why should I buy this? First of all, each NFT has a utility to, from what I'm building, each NFT has a utility to it, right? Just like Gary Vee's NFT, he has provided a utility to every NFT. So for me, each NFT has a utility to everything. Second of all, it's just not a JPEG. It's a entry source for a community to chat. You have like private Discord servers in which only people who have those can chat, right? This is the next big thing. This is how people are meeting. This is the community. This is the power of community. And then there's a DAO, right? So this is a very interesting thing, and that I just want to make it out clear. Like people who say they understand NFT, if they don't get this, they don't understand NFT at all. I've seen I went into an argument like with a person. He says he knows his NFT, and the only thing that he knows, like, you are selling JPEG. That's the only thing. He does not know shit, guys. He does not know shit. But yeah, that's my point. NFTs are the next big thing. They are the content 3.0, right? That's what like Elio Trades, Gary we agree on. NFTs are content 3.0. Let's just put it this way. And yeah, so that's about it. Now let's talk about. Now let's okay. I want to talk about like the market. Why I'm not buying. If I see the market is like just like so hyped up right now for me. This market is so hyped up right now. Like I'm not seeing any good deals right now. And why? First of all, see this. The crypto fear and greed index is like almost 80. People are extremely greedy. Extremely greedy. See the last month. Like when Bitcoin was like 30, it was like 19, 18, 13. Right? So that's the time to buy. And I feel like now when everyone is too greedy, I'm like, I have a lot of cash I want to deploy, but there is no good deals out there. That's why I was like, I'm waiting for a dip. The dip might not come, but that's what I'm hoping for, because it is just so not true. Like see the crypto greed and fear index. Like see, we are extremely greedy. It is getting up. Last week 72. Yesterday was 76 and not 79. So yeah, everyone is getting greedy, and when everyone is greedy, you should be fearful. But yeah, and the another thing is like the stock to flow model. This is a stock to flow model. I feel like we like this model is like okay, great model. If you have not used, like Plan B made this model. So according to this, by the end of like this year, the Bitcoin price should be around 256. Now it's at like 46. This has followed, the Bitcoin price has followed the stock to flow model price absolutely to the T. See the guys, if you guys don't know, okay, can I zoom this? Can I zoom this or not? Okay, give me a sec. Okay, so that's my point. The stock to flow model is low right now. Like it should be at this point, and if I see at this point, the Bitcoin price should be around 5 times of its right now, right? And I feel like it could go at least for that, right? So that's my ultimate point. And after seeing this, I'm like hesitant to buy anything right now. Like just dollar cost average in my long hodl portfolio, like dollar cost average on a daily basis, but nothing like buying too crazy. I'm missing out on some like great deals, like some great profits on a short term thing, but you can't get it all, man. You can't get it all. That's my stake on it. But yeah, now let's talk about FTX, right? FTX has just signed another deal with like Sam Bankman-Fried Crypto Exchange has signed its first college signed its first college sports sponsorship deal with the payment to be made in crypto. So they are getting over like sports like crazy, and I have a thesis around it. I don't know how much the thesis is gonna be true, but I have a thesis around it, and let me put you why I have a thesis and why I think it's a true thesis, right? So they are doing like a 10-year deal with 17.5 million with like the Cal Athletics, the athletics department of University of California, Berkeley, and for the field will be known as FTX Field. Sounds good, and they will be like the sponsor. According to them, they will get the naming rights of the press backdrops, launching a platform with Cal Athletics to like sponsor philanthropic projects, right? And it was made possible with like the CEO of FTX, who is like Sina Nadir, who is like the alum of Berkeley. So yeah, but why, if you see like FTX has just like signed an NBA deal with Miami Heat, they have signed another deal with like the esports organization TSM. So they are getting like lot of sports deals. Why? I might have a thesis for that, and the price of FTX right now, with the thesis that I have, it could easily 10x right now. Easily, like easy 10x money. Easy 10x money. You are seeing at the price at 34, it could be at minimum in top 15. Right? And to be in top 15, you have to be like easily. I could see FTX to be a $40 billion company at 50 billion. Why? This is one of the reasons. So, major soccer clubs in Europe are making shit ton of money from like fan tokens, right? So, just to give you an example, leading European soccer teams have been reportedly making millions of dollars from the crypto token sales to the fans, which are portrayed as gateway to which are portrayed as fan tokens, right? Fan influence and rewards. So, fan they have the voting rights, like which song should play in the background of the team, and this is right. And these tokens are like lot of money. So if you give you an example like PSG, let's talk about the PSG fan token, right? Let's see this. The PSG fan token is himself like itself worth is like $700 million, right? And let's see Barcelona. So FC Barcelona, around $850,000, right? $850 million, right? Let's talk about Real Madrid. They also have that. Fan token. Okay. Manchester City. Let's see is Juventus, right? Juventus. Almost close to 300 million, right? So these tokens, right now there are 40 on like you can trade it, and these are like a lot of money. A lot of money. And what I feel like this, with FTX getting into sports, my hypothesis is they're gonna come up with their chain soon or something of that asset, right? Like the sponsor that they have, they're gonna build up their fan token, and FTX will be like where they will be sold or something like that. That's my hypothesis, and this is like I get that like all of this, but this is like a speculative hypothesis that I have. Like why FTX is getting so much in sports, and they're getting in basketball, everything, right? But in the US, why they are not getting in the Europe zone? And this is one of the major reasons that I found out. Like this is proper speculation, like speculation of the highest asset. They might be in the future, maybe in like 2-3 years, might be revealing their fan token on their FTX chain. What is stopping FTX to launch their own chain? They have the talent, they have the asset. Binance has their own chain, Binance have their own exchange, right? CRO has their own chain, CRO has their own exchange. KuCoin has their own chain, KuCoin has their own platform, right? So what is stopping FTX with that? With the sponsorship that they have, they might be able to do, and they have the copyright, right? Remember, in the whole thing, they should have the copyright thing. They have the copyright, they have the rights to do that, right? They might be able to do fan tokens. So that's my speculation, and that's I have a strong belief in this, and I might believe there is something more than just like naming rights in this thing. There is something more than just naming rights, for sure, guys. That's my speculation right now. But yeah, that's how it is now, and not just like FTX. See, Bybit is also signing esports deal with like Astrials and Alliance. So this is just all over the space. This is just all over the crypto ecosystem. It's just not like with the FTX, not with CRO. CRO just get their like the naming rights of UFC. They get FTX is getting a lot of things. So Bybit, right? Bybit also an exchange they're getting that. So what is stopping a talent pool like FTX? They have their Alameda Research, they have their Serum, then they have like FTX. What is stopping these three to collaborate together and launch a token on Solana blockchain? Right? Nothing. So I feel like this is much more than the people speculate right now. So yeah, that's my thing. And yeah, let's move on. Talk about the DeFi, right? The DeFi summer. So let's talk about this, right? So in the DeFi summer, where everything was so hyped up, right? Almost like when the prices were like so crazy high. Let's do this. When the price was so crazy high, the total value logged in was around $88 billion, right? And we are close to that. So we are at that same level, right? But not many people have felt, or like there's no DeFi run right now in like the tokens like Aave Compound. They'll be like steady, but there's like not crazy what happened last time. Like last time, I remembered I was buying Aave less than $50. I was buying Aave less than $50. I was buying sushi less than $2. Compound less than $100. So yeah, and they just shot up to the air. So and this DeFi is gonna come, and just to prove an hypothesis here. So Avalanche, a chain, they launched like Benquil, like a platform like a liquidity provider. They just reached $1 billion in the total value locked in, right? Total value locked in just like a week. So that's prove you. For me, it proves that DeFi summer is still coming up. Like it's not gonna be a summer; it's gonna be like the spring or autumn, whatever it is. But I feel like the DeFi pump is gonna come, and the next leg of the whole, like I feel like September, November. This is the time. Give me a sec. So I feel like September, October is the time, and the next leg of the cycle is gonna be so parabolic, so fast that I need to get updated. Like otherwise, I will miss the chance, right? So that's what I'm planning to do, like getting updated, and this just prove you like DeFi is not going anywhere. People have a strong belief in the DeFi, and DeFi pump is still coming. So that's just a proof. You guys wanna remember or not, but that's just my hypothesis with that. Now let's talk about this. Deloitte did a survey. Like recently, they did a survey, and Deloitte is the big four, and they did a survey. Like they did a very first time survey, and they like people from like I don't know. They surveyed 100 financial professionals based in Brazil, China, Hong Kong, Japan, Singapore, South Africa, UAE, United Kingdom, United States, right? And the survey result was 76% of the financial the professional think that digital asset will serve as a strong alternative to replace fiat currencies in 5 to 10 years. They're not talking about cryptocurrencies. This is the difference that we have to see. They're not talking about cryptocurrencies itself. They're talking about either CBDCs, which 86 countries are building, or private currency like JP Morgan coin, right? So they're talking about this, and most of the respondents, like briefly, what they say, like crypto and blockchain, the whole tech will provide them a platform so that they go mainstream, like they can scale things, and the settlement is much more faster, as well as they could also integrate the payments of the whole crypto system into that. So that's the thing, and I totally believe that they just provides you. For me, it has two things. First, good people are getting education about this. Second, it's a lot of opium. This article would not have ever come when Bitcoin was $30,000. For me, this is like the media fund. Everything right now is positive. Everything is like positive, blah blah blah. All stars, nothing. So that's a sign for me. When everything is getting positive, this research, this survey would have been done like May, when it was like bloods in the market, right? But that would not come in. This article is published now when there is a lot of opium in the market, when everyone is pumping everything, right? Even me. So that's what I feel like it. So yeah, that's around the same thing if we talk about it. And this now, I don't know how many guys have used Substack, but now Substack is like, if you guys don't know, any of you guys don't know, Substack is like a newsletter platform, monetizing newsletter, right? So many great journalists who like don't want to work for like big firms because they don't have the freedom to provide the opinion, right? They go to Substack, people pay a small amount, like I am subscribed to the Pomp letter, which is like $50 a year. So yeah, it's like pretty good. The content that he gave me, I'm like pretty satisfied with it. So yeah, so Substack is now accepting Bitcoin via Lightning Network. So they're using the Lightning Network on the open node. But this is gonna be like for very small amount of folks, and those folks, the people that they're gonna be available is like very famous cryptocurrency publications for now, which is like Willy Woo, big person in the crypto analyst, Dan Held, the Held Report. So these person would be using that. Substack has started establishing Bitcoin payments, beginning with selected crypto publication as a payment option for those publications, subscribers around the world, and we are looking forward to exploring broader availability depending on feedback and demand. The company said in an announcement that it would work with the Bitcoin payment processor company OpenNode for this initiative. OpenNode will use Lightning Network to process faster payment. There will be option to make payments on chain without lag. So they are using the Lightning Network. The only thing that I'm afraid, who is paying for a newsletter in Bitcoin, right? So let's say you pay like, let's say $100, like I pay $50, right? That $50 could be $10,000 in 10 years. So you just paid $10,000 to read an article. So that's my issue with using Lightning Network to like bring scalability, and like scalability is good, but why? It's if you think it in a much deeper sense, right? Majority of the Bitcoin is like people buy it and they hold it. That's it. Myself included. People buy it and they hold it. That's it. So my thing is, who is gonna spend Bitcoin for tickets, for subscriptions, for eggs, daily things? That's my issue. I don't know about you guys. Maybe you guys can like comment it down below, like put your thoughts on it. But that's my issue. Like, who is gonna spend that much amount of money in the long run, right? Let's say I bought something for Bitcoin like when it was like $30,000. Now it's double. I paid double, right? I would just have paid with like fiat. So I feel like it's kind of like not many people are gonna pay with Bitcoin other than the people who have like shit ton of Bitcoin, like people like Max Kaiser, Da Vinci, right? The people who have a large amount of Bitcoin, for them it will like a small drop in a bucket, right? That's what I think. But for majority of the people, I don't feel like many people are gonna spend their Bitcoin. So yeah, that's my thesis around it today. So yeah, I think that's a wrap for today. So today I talked about like the first of all, I talked about like the crypto ecosystem. It's too high right now. The crypto greed and fear index like 79 right now, so I'm reluctant to buy anything. Second, NFTs, the copyright thing, it's a big thing, and NFTs are just not a JPEG. They are an entry ticket to be a part of a community, a DAO itself, right? This is coming from my experience as building as a whole project from scratch up, right? Building the thing from scratch up, it's very hard to explain. The other thing that we talked about, like DeFi pump is gonna come, and why FTX and all of these crypto exchanges are coming up, like sponsorship, like these sports and sports franchise, right? Because I feel like my speculation is because soccer has their own fan tokens, right? Fan tokens which are like, if you combine all of the fan tokens which are built on like Chile's blockchain, there are a lot of those, right? So my hypothesis is FTX, like FTX brand, they are gonna come up with their own chain. They have already Serum Alameda. They are gonna come up with their own chain, own token, which can be bought from Serum or like FTX exchange, right? And that is worth it each and every bit. That will provide more. So I can see FTX coming with their own chain and their price point. I could see FTX to be like a $50 billion FTT token, right? FTT token, not FTX exchange, FTT token. FTX exchange is like already at $18 billion. So yeah, that's my speculation that we talked about. The next thing we talked about is like, what did I talk about? Yeah. So who are the people who are gonna pay anything with Bitcoin? That's the other thing. Lightning Network is all good, but who are the really folks who are gonna pay with Bitcoin? So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm gonna keep up with this schedule, maybe 4 in the morning, which I feel like. But yeah, see ya. Peace out, guys. Have a good day, and thanks for